Good afternoon, race fans. Welcome back to sunny Talladega. It's Ninth Gear Broadcasting, and we're back with the Masters of the High Banks. It's the guys up in the booth, Luke alongside Kevin. How we doing this evening, Kevin?
Yeah, and we're back here at Talladega, super excited. I mean, this is the Masters of the High Banks. I wouldn't be surprised if we see some four-wide racing out here, Luke. These guys know how to get it done. So I think it's going to be a super exciting race. How you doing?
I'm not doing too bad, Kevin. It's pretty rainy day out here where we're at, but it's a sunny day out here at Talladega, and we got about a 21 car grid out here. If you want to get that thing rolling, I'm sure they'll be taking off here in just a few moments.
Yeah, and on your pole tonight, nothing new. Nathan Harper's going to be up front. He's going to want to stick up there because that's how he drives time and time again. But on his outside is going to be Chris Walker, who's had some recent success with Ninth Gear's broadcasts and looking to continue that. Your second row, though, is going to be Malik Ray and Trevor Asvanoth. Third row is going to be John Warden and Kenny McCullough Jr., Matt Lee and Sean Corbett, Kenny Reel and Freddie Bassinez, Kenneth Stamper and William Rice, Tim White and Brock Martin, Terry Wilson and Daniel Falkingham, Logan York and Dylan Jones, Daniel Everhart, and Vicente Guerrero, and rounding out your 21 car field for the night is going to be Mark Vondel.
Yeah, and it's not the biggest group of drivers we've seen out here, but it's a very, very strong field of drivers, Kevin. A lot of very high-ranking guys, and I think we're in for a treat out here. They're starting to pace around out here now, so we're going to be getting ready to get this thing rolling.
Yeah, and I'm going to go ahead and get some predictions, some polls put up in our chat. We're looking at 38 laps out here tonight with 65% fuel, 3 green-white checkers, 1 fast repair. Don't think sets of tires really matters out here, so gonna be an interesting race. Gonna be some strategy coming into play, I'd imagine.
Yeah, I'd have to agree with you.
Poll is in the chat, and the line has been set at 3.5 cautions, so if you think it's gonna be 3 or less, hit the under. If you think it's gonna be 4 or more, go ahead and hit the over. 38 laps, I think it's a pretty steady line. What you think, Luke?
I'd have to agree. It's a lot of the strong drivers we've seen out here, like I was just saying a few minutes ago. I mean, they're no stranger to these long stretch green runs. So, I mean, I would personally, I'm gonna take the, I'll take the over on it. Actually, I'm gonna say we're gonna see 4.
Luke's shooting the over, but not by much. He's saying we're seeing 4 out here. I'll take that action, Luke. I'll go under here. I think they're going to keep it tight, but they're going to keep it clean out here. There's only 38 laps with the fuel stop needed, so I think we're going to see some very orderly racing here early.
And we'll have to see as the pace car is going to be making his way in this time by. We're going to get ready to go green.
Yeah, and I'm ready, Luke. We got a short 38 laps ahead of us, but, I mean, that's enough time for anybody to make up 21 positions, so I think we're going into this one blind. Anybody's race out here as they're coming to the Geico restart zone. Flagman's got the green flag ready. It's a waving. We are green here at Talladega with Nathan Harper on the inside and Chris the Big Roos Walker on the outside. Good jump for that outside line.
Ooh, and a quick transfer for the Rooster down to that inside line.
Yeah, and that's going to give the advantage on the outside now to Trevor Asmanoff, and he's got one of the best pushes in the game behind him, Malik Gray. But how long is Malik going to want to push? Because he likes getting pushed out here in these super speedway tracks.
And, he's no stranger to making that third line. I wouldn't be surprised if he'd be peeking at that thing early. A couple of the guys behind him I know, not strangers to that third line either. So far, it's too wide all the way through out here, and I imagine we're probably going to see that for the first full lap out here.
Yeah, and it's opening up on the tri-oval. You can already see.
Yep, there it is. Third line.
A couple are looking at it, including the 3 car of Martin, Brock Martin. He's going to be pushing the 51 of Rice up there. 2 cars on the third line, but as for now, it's
a little bit of bumping between the 45 and the 3.
A little shaky. Trevor Asmanoff giving good pushes to that outside line, though. Chris Walker's really. And Kenny McCullough goes up, so they now have 3 cars. That could be a strong line starting to form.
And I wonder if anyone else is going to file up there behind him. Oh, there's someone
and
else
there
up there
goes
with him,
another.
the 30. I think that's
going to be
Kenny
Stamper.
They've only got 3 now, though. The 3 car decided to drop back down into that second. Leads still barely to the roost, but Nathan Harper on his inside line, and they're close. Lap 3 of 38. We got a lot of laps to go out here, Kevin, but we've already seen 3 wide racing here before the first, lap even finished.
Yeah, and that third line's got a lot of speed now, and that's going to get Stamper a transfer into second place. He started back in 11th, so he's moved up about 10 positions out here, or 9 positions out here, but he finds his way back in before that third line dissipates a little bit, so he's now in a good spot. Chris Walker's still kind of controlling the second couple lines, though. That's going to give the speed into turns 1 and 2 to Nathan Harper.
Oh, and Kenny up into the wall up there on that third line a little bit. That's going to cause them to lose some speed and get stuffed up. John Ward leading that inside.
Yeah, Nathan Harper done with that inside line. He's going to come out in front of Chris Walker, and that's going to give John Ward and Matt Lee the inside line to work with.
Kenny's getting a little stranded out there by himself back there on that third line. He's going to make his way all the way to the back of the pack.
Ooh, kind of
90 sideways in the back. That's Eberhardt.
Oh,
him and Von Dell get involved. Or no, Von Dell's not involved.
Well.
Him and Terry. It's Terry Wilson, sorry.
Terry Wilson and Daniel Eberhardt. We got to go back and see how that one happened, but that was a hard hit for both of them. Similar schemes out there. I think the 7 car of Terry Wilson probably took the harder hit there. Let's go back and take a look at what happened here.
Watching the overhead of Terry Wilson right now.
Terry on the left.
Daniel on the right, yep. Oh.
Huh. Go back one more time. You want to take a look at the onboard of Terry Wilson?
Yeah, I was just about to say. Let's take a look at the onboard, maybe.
Keep your eye on the wheel, ladies and gentlemen, because I think that's going to tell the story of this one. He's down on the left spot on the yellow at this point, and it kind of seems like he just
lets it
almost
drift,
stopped turning as much.
Almost. Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah, Eberhardt was kind of moving around on his line, but he held to his spot, and I think the 7 car is just default for that one, to be honest with you.
Yeah, I mean, it's hard for me to argue there, Kevin, but as always, we showed you what happened there. You be the judge. But that's going to result in the first caution of the afternoon out here. And a lot of pits early now, it seems, Kevin.
Yeah, no doubt about that. We got a quiet chat out here tonight, Luke. Maybe too early for these viewers? I know we're a couple hours earlier on the broadcast than we usually are.
Yeah, tough to say, and it is an unusual day for us. This is a Tuesday afternoon, so not an evening we're used to broadcasting out here, but nonetheless, I'm always happy to do it, pick up an extra broadcast whenever, of course. And we're seeing Nathan Harper with the win on the exit of pit road, and I think it's going to be tough between the Roost and Matt Lee for second. But the whole field making their way out of the pits.
Yeah, Harper's going to win the race off. Next, Walker, Lee, Ward, Falkingham, who's made up a lot of spots. Ray, Stamper, Asmanoff, Corbett, Bassinez.
Yeah, clean first pit, it seems, from all the guys. Nothing happened there except for those two involved in the incident near the end. I think Kenny might have taken a little bit of damage there, but he's probably going to just sit the repair out for it, I imagine. We got a fast repair on the night, Kevin, do you know?
One fast repair.
One fast repair, got it. I imagine tires aren't going to be an issue for these guys.
I wouldn't assume so. And it looks like the fuel window is going to be around 22 to 24 laps out here. So most of these guys that just took fuel here still will not be able to get to the end on it.
Yeah, we've already seen the first one out here. They're going to be lining up double file out here this time by. And getting ready to go green this next time by. Harper going to have the choice of line out here, and he's going to take that inside, it seems.
Yeah, Harper picks inside, Roos goes to the outside, Lee inside, Ward outside, Falkingham inside, Stamper outside. It's going to be your front 3 rows. We're going to be going green with 8 to go out here.
It's going to leave us
Or
without...
not 8 to go, lap 8.
Yeah, it's going to leave us with 30 to go.
Yeah. You know, look, I didn't get the most amount of sleep last night.
Yeah, and you know, Kevin, it happens to the best of us. I know tonight's going to be a good one for me, as I've made a little bit of a decision, unbeknownst to you, Kevin. I'm going to be drinking 1 bush apple for every caution they cause out here. I don't think... I was hoping, you know, it'd be a couple more green laps before I see one, but nonetheless, I'll be holding true to that, and seems like an EOL will be given to Terry Wilson. I don't think I'm very surprised there on that one, Kevin.
Yeah, you know, sitting at 1 caution right now, the line was at 3.5, so I think the over is looking a little bit better statistically than the under right now, but, you know, 8 laps in, we got plenty of racing left.
Hey, that we do, and a long way to go, and it's going to be a fun one out here. You know, my favorite track, Talladega, and personally, one of my favorite vehicles to run out here, these trucks. They can take a good bump, and they can make a really good run line if you can get a couple trucks working with you, so it's going to be a fun 30 laps out here when we go green. Pace car is going in, and we're going to be going green this time by. Nathan Harper with the jump.
We are green out here, Nathan Harper on the inside, Walker on the outside. Inside line's got a good bit of speed. And we are just looking at the flag man. Luke, you there, buddy?
Yep, I am here, Kevin, and sorry, I was trying to turn on Discord streamer mode. I don't know why it's not on. I'm hearing a lot of Discord notifications. I was trying to get that figured out, but yeah, we are green. Outside line seems to have a better run going here off this restart, Kevin, and they're
How
moving.
about that third line already?
There it is. Going into turn 3. Back of the pack is really spread out there, it seems, trying to pick their lines and catch up.
Ooh, and Walker barely gets in front of Harper there as he tries to drop in.
Transfer. They're all filed in there nice and even right now. Just getting a little swirly up there.
Ooh,
Ward with the
Falkingham
transfer.
bumping a little bit on that second to first line area.
And John Ward now with the lead. Malik Ray on his outside now. They're your 2 race leaders. Boy, that second line is running tight to that outside line, and sorry, John Ward makes that transfer up there to that outside line. Not giving much room out here. Oh, and nothing much, Quentin. You just missed the first caution we saw out there between Terry Wilson and I believe Daniel Eberhardt there on the third lap of the race. But we're green out here, and we haven't seen too much. A lot of lead transfers and a lot of movement up there near the front. Third line is getting started out here once again, it seems. They're near the back. But they file back down to double file.
And right where it started, Walker and Harper on the front row. As I say that, John Ward gets some speed.
Transfer down to the inside.
Yeah, Malik Ray's pushing him hard. Don't know if Ward's going to be clear. No, he's not. So they're going to stay up top. For the most part, it's been too wide racing out here, Luke, and not too many moves have been made because of it. It seems like the third line hasn't been able to get the momentum that we've seen in the past out here.
Yeah, you know, it just doesn't seem like it. But then again, I don't feel like we've seen too many cars up there to begin with. So you got to wonder: is it just a lack of numbers up there, or is it just a lack of numbers? So I think we'll see a little later on in this one when it gets tested a little more.
Yeah, we talk about how these guys don't really push the car to its limits until they can get to the end on fuel. So maybe they're being a little conservative with knowing they're still going to need another pit stop out here. Plenty of racing left, and anything can happen with that.
Yeah, but Logan York on that back there, he's making that third line, and he's got speed right now, Kevin. He's moving. Despite being all by himself, he's getting a lot of side draft. And there's that third line. Malik Ray now leading it. York behind him. And they got numbers now. They got 4 or 5. They got 5 cars going down on that third line right now.
Yeah, it's going to be Ray, York, Asranoff, Stamper, I believe, fourth car back there.
Malik Ray with the transfer all the way down to the inside.
Yeah, and that's a harder transfer than it looks like, Luke. I mean, you could overshoot that, and everybody's race could be in jeopardy.
Oh, yeah, and saw a little bit of blinking there from Malik, hoping that's, us thing, not a him thing, and still 3 wide out here.
Him the other night, so maybe Malik Ray needs to get the old inspection out to his house. They've helped us.
Or just get a whole new house like I did. Seems to fix it pretty well, and ooh, bit of a close transfer there from that third to second line. Man, that third line just has so much speed going down that back straightaway, Kevin. Freddie Bassin is now leading right now on the outside. He's going to transfer down to that second. He's not going to be clear down low, though. Malik's going to be holding the inside line. A lot of 3 wide racing out here, Kevin, so far. No surprise, with just under 25 laps to go out here. Freddie Bassin is now leading this thing on the inside. John Ward getting shuffled out there a little bit. He's going to stay on that second line. Like he was going to come down, but he opts to stay on the second line. Oh, Malik Ray sliding below the yellow there. He's going to file back in front of the 44. 44 is going to let him.
Yeah, fortunate for him to be able to get back in line there. Not lose too much speed, but that inside line is not where you want to be right now. And there's a few of them, including John Ward. I think Nathan Harper's stuck down there.
Falkingham with the transfer down low, and so is Azranoff.
Yeah, that's really going to help the speed of that inside line now. They've got the numbers that they lost.
Azranoff going for that second line. The guy's following.
Very risky move. Dylan Jones just, nailed him.
Oh yeah, he did not want to let off at all. But they're going to sort it back out, and it's going to be Dylan C. Jones with the lead right now on the inside. Falkingham pushing him, and Trevor Azranoff on the outside line lead. Back onto that two-file line racing we saw a lot earlier, Kevin. Two of the guys thinking about the third line. A couple more. Falkingham dropping down low, and he's going to have the inside on Dylan C. Jones. He's going to have the lead now going out of the exit of turn 4. And Kenny McCullough loose below the apron. He comes back up onto the track there, 4 wide. Stacking up, they hold it together. Sean Corbett in front of him, and they fully sort things out. And boy, that was dangerous there, Kevin.
Yeah, and they're starting to race a little harder now, Luke, and with that, the mistakes are going to be made. Kenny McCullough gets a little below the yellow line. Thankfully, he's able to make it back up safely.
Yeah, and a good check up by all the guys for letting him back in and keeping this thing sorted out and keeping us still under green out here, Kevin. And John Ward with the lead on the inside line, still pushing along. Still being pushed along by Daniel Falkingham, but how about that outside line led by Malik Ray? They got a lot of speed. Malik Ray going to shuffle down to that second line in front of Dylan C. Jones. Doran Eberhard just a little bit there. They're bumping a little bit. John Ward going up to that second line, and that third line's got about 6-7 cars right now. A lot of transfers happening. We're seeing the fourth line being made, Kevin, and here we are, 4 wide racing out here at the start of lap 20. Back down to 3. They settle things down a little bit. Laps to go. They're going to be approaching the number 7 of Terry Wilson here. He's the only car that's going to be going down another lap out here. I think he was involved with Everhart earlier, who has now made his way back up into P3. He's really made up some ground out here. He's now leading the outside line. Malik Ray leading the middle line, and John Ward leading the first. All of them got a lot of speed. We're looking at the number 01 back there of Logan York trying to get that fourth line started. Wide with 19 to go. Logan York leading that fourth line, trying to get any speed he can, but Logan York really trying to get that fourth line working. Can't seem to quite get the speed, but he's got Eberhart with him now. Bit of a rough push there by them, but now they're 4 wide racing here going down the back straightaway, and they got a lot of speed. Eberhart making the pass back up to the third line now. It's going to leave the fourth line with just 2 trucks. Getting a little close there. Eberhart and York getting into each other just a little bit. They're bumping around a little bit there near the back. They hold it together.
Yeah, and definitely racing. I want to say the fuel window out here, Luke, is going to open up in about 10 laps. So, track position's king as of right now, and it looks like Daniel Falkingham's running away with that one. Can we look real quick at the battle box? I think everyone pit on that first caution, but Falkingham made up a good bit of. Oh, but he did pit. So
Yep.
he had a better pit. So let's put it that way. So it looks like everyone's gonna have to come in around the same time, which is gonna be around lap 30. About 10 to go on that. So it's gonna be interesting to see how hard these guys race each other for the next 10 or so laps, Luke.
And how about the Roost leading that third line now? He's going to drop back down in front of Malik Ray on the second. Bit of a shaky drop there, but he holds it together and getting things going there. Falkingham opting to go up there to that second line as well. Ward now leading the inside line. One car loose below, back in the back end, and they're wrecking in the back, Kevin.
Oh, that's
Brock
gonna be
Martin.
Kenny McCullough. Or
Brock
that
Martin.
might be the other number 3.
Yeah, it's
Brock
Brock Martin. I see William Rice involved as well. His truck seems to be having issues.
Yeah, he's pimp bouncing across the front stretch right now. Not a great look for him.
Yeah, and I thought I saw them getting into each other a little bit. I was trying to get back there. They were 3 wide, and I saw the number 3 go below the apron here. Let's maybe go back and take a look at what caused that one. Watching the overhead of William Rice. Oh. Oh no, not the Bush Apple truck. No! No, not the Bush Apple truck.
Quentin Steinbach saying Logan York is winning. And I'll go ahead and winner of the race. Start a little Q&A in the chat. In the poll. We have 1 vote on York. Bush Apple truck, Luke.
I mean, if you're the number 3, there really isn't much you can do in that situation, I'll be honest, Kevin. So maybe go back and look at the onboard of the number 51 of William Rice. See if we can maybe get some ideas as to what happened there. Tough to say there, but regardless, him and the Bush Apple car of Brock Martin definitely going to have to go into the pits there. And I think we're seeing everybody in the pits. Yep, everyone now on their way out, Kevin. We saw the whole field just pit that time. And all the votes are coming in right now, Kevin. Everyone's guessing over 3.5 cautions. Everyone's taking the over.
Yeah, and I closed that, so new question is Q&A straight winner.
Ooh.
No answers to that one yet, except for Quentin Steinbach, who thinks Logan York's gonna win it, who's currently sitting in a modest 20th place.
Yeah, and who you got winning this one right now, Kevin?
Honestly, if I had to pick somebody, his luck hasn't been there the past couple races. I think he's looking to turn it around and make a statement out here with Master of the High Banks. I think Nathan Harper's winning this race.
Yeah? Not a bad pick, not a bad pick. We see William Rice still in the pits here. He was involved in that last incident. Brock Martin, he's out, though. Bush Apple truck is still running strong out here. Love to see it, and that thing is beautiful, Kevin.
Yeah, and I know you're a big fan of that truck.
Just a little bit. Holding one in my hand right now. But the lead is going to go to John Ward and Daniel Falkingham here when we get ready to go green this next time by.
Yeah, and look, with everyone pitting here, well, first off, did everyone pit here?
Yes, everybody did.
Every single car, so that's going to take us to the end of the race on fuel. I think these guys are going to open up that third, fourth line now, Luke. I don't think there's anything holding them back anymore.
Well, I mean, now that they're out of that pit window, like you said, I mean, I don't imagine they'll be holding anything back, so I think we'll see. I mean, we saw him test it a little bit earlier there. I know Logan York was trying to get it running a lot, so I imagine we'll probably see him and some of the other guys get that thing rolling here pretty quickly right off the start. You know, I was going to say the same thing, Quentin. I think he was going to honestly be my pick there. I think he's going to be who I'm going to lock. I'm going to take the Rooster, Kevin. He hasn't been looking like the sharpest as of now, but he's been running up there near the front the entire race. He's looking right where he needs to be, I think. So I'm going to take him for this win.
You're going with the Roost, huh?
Yep, and Tyler Vickery taking the pace car, it seems. But regardless,
They're pacing around one last time, though, with Malik Ray. I would usually say some fuel-saving efforts, but I think he's just goofing about out there.
doing it for the hell of it, and I can't really argue there, Kevin, as the pace car is making its way in, and we're going green out here once again with the Masters of the High Banks.
Yeah, and green flag's coming at us here. John Ward on the inside of Daniel Falkingham. Second row is going to be the Big Roost and Nathan Harper. Flagman is prepared. He is waving it. Going across the Geico restart zone, we are green once again here with the Master of the High Banks at Talladega Super Speedway. 13 laps to go, sorry.
And off we go already, Kevin. We're seeing him get up through the gears, and bit of a rocky restart there on the inside line, it seems, but that second line also dissipating a little bit there around that third row.
Big Roost getting a little loose there on that first line under John Ward. It's going to give a little bit of extra speed to that outside line.
They get a little squirrely there going on the exit.
Yeah, and these guys aren't lifting right now. Look, there's 13 to go. I'd imagine the third line will open up here soon.
Yeah, and they're putting
How
their
about
pedal to the
Daniel
metal.
Everhart?
There it is. Third line's already looking.
Everhart now in sixth place, and I mean he was taken out in the first incident out here, so he's made a good comeback.
Now look at that second line, Kevin. They got a lot of guys back there. I think they're peeking at that third line as well. We'll be surprised if that opens up immediately. And there it is. Kenny McCullough leading it. He's got about 5 cars with him right now, Kevin.
Yeah, I would say that maybe not as much, but
Yeah, they all drop back.
regardless, he's looking at it, and hopefully he's not too stranded out there now. He does seem to kind of be stranded.
Yeah, but John Ward and Bruce are lead inside in the second line right now, up there for the lead. Just 11 laps to go, Kevin. The lap is starting to dwindle down. Ward leaving that outside line available for Falkingham. They're side by side going into turns 3 and 4 here. It's going to be 10 laps to go when we go by this time. Good line forming there, Kevin. There they go.
Yeah, and it's going to be led by Daniel Everhart, who has made a crazy comeback throughout the course of this race.
And they're 3 wide. And Eberhardt's in the wall hard! And we're wrecking with 10 laps to go. Eberhardt and Mark Vondel involved, and Eberhardt's sliding. You might have, and sorry, that was Dylan C. Jones involved with Eberhardt. And
Yeah,
Eberhard is smoking.
his day's over. I'd imagine that first incident was his fast repair. And I'd also imagine he's not going to be able to clean that one up. Let's take a look and see what happened and who we're going to ninth gear blame out here.
Oh.
Huh. That's an odd one. Let's go. Can we slow-mo that?
Yeah, we'll slow-mo it.
Everyone's holding to their lines now, sucking all the air off each other as they can, even. Oh, one of those things where they're riding each other about a foot off and they both move about 6 inches.
Yeah, and that's going to result in Eberhard spinning out there pretty good and a smoking engine, and I imagine probably the end of the evening for him is he's going to make his way into the pits. But who knows? He could have held on to that fast repair. You never know, Kevin.
Yeah, and I think incidents like that just go to show how fast these trucks really are moving out here. I mean, barely touching each other and they go flying.
Oh, yeah, and he's getting her stopped there and getting the repairs underway, I imagine, but going around the exit of turn 4, John Ward and Daniel Falkingham leading their respective lines out here. We're going to be this time by. We'll be going green out here this next time by, Kevin. It's going to be 7 laps to go. Gonna be going green. I think this time by out here, I imagine these guys are primarily just going to be trying to fuel save at the moment, I think. But 7 to go out here when we go by this next time. And I don't imagine so after seeing that car fly around like that. But we might be. I don't know. And nope, going green next time by. It'll be 6 to go when we go green.
Any schemes out there other than the bush apple you are a big fan of, Luke?
You know, Kevin, I mean, obviously some of the ones that we see out here every night, I'm a big fan of, obviously, the baseball kind of themes from Harper and York, you know that. But I'll be honest, man, that Bush Apple scheme back there at Brock Martin just stands out like a sore thumb to me. Easily running my favorite scheme of the evening.
Yeah, no doubt.
And I will say, there is no another one I'm looking at, Kevin, there. The 239 of Tim E. White. He's rocking the Iron Maiden machine.
Oh, hell yeah.
You know, a
With the
little.
purple rims.
Oh yeah, looking good. And a little bit of, another thing involving 2 tickets, Kevin. Me and you going to go
No,
see.
no, no.
I know. In the future, plan on maybe seeing Iron Maiden here next upcoming year when they maybe make their way out this way. I've been
We'll
wanting to see him
see.
here for a while. But John Warden going to be leading this thing this time by. You still locking your pick here for the for your leader for the race, Kevin, or for your winner?
Yeah, he's sitting P5 right now. I mean, I don't think I should switch it. Still think he's got a good shot, but I think some of those other picks, like Chris Walker, would be a good one. I mean, you can't go wrong with
Yeah, I was about to
Falkingham
say
in the
I'm
lead.
taking the Roost. Yep.
And then John Ward, he told us in a previous interview that he changed his dynamic up and wanted to stick in the front and keep in the front. That's what he's done again tonight, as opposed to that laid back, wait for his moment type of racing we usually see from him. And I like it when he's in the front, so I think he's got a good shot at this one.
Green flag, Kevin. We're racing out here once again, and it's just 6 short laps to go out here at the Masters of the High Banks.
Yeah, and how about Daniel Eberhardt being on the lead lap?
And he's made his way back.
But John Ward's going to be in the lead right now. He's clear of the outside line, which is led by Falkingham. It's his choice, and he's going to take it out in front of Falkingham. 6 to go. Race is coming to a close out here, Luke. The moves are going to be made. I imagine we're going to see some 3-4 wide racing out here.
And the Roost now leading the inside line. John Ward leading the outside. They're moving, going across the trioval. Walker making his slide up there to the outside line. The inside to Nathan Harper. Walker going to slide back down.
Back in. Nathan Harper
There's
not lifting at all through these turns. Third line's starting. We see 3 up there. It's about to get fast. I think if they get one more car towards the front, they're going to have what it takes to get to the front.
And they're already making up speed there.
Yeah.
Oh, a little bit of bumping there between the 44.
Corbett tries to come up, and that just killed the momentum of that third line, Luke.
Oh, yeah. Oh, and they're wrecking. They haven't sorted it out just yet. Still bumping around back there near the back.
A lot of checking. I think towards the back they have it cleared up, but that's going to kill a lot of these guys' speed, momentum, and possibly the race chance. With only 4 to go out here, Chris Walker holding the lead on the outside line. Harper on his inside, but Ward giving the pushes. Walker drops back in. Here comes Ward, and here comes Falkingham on the outside. Huge run for them.
Looks like a lot of those guys near the back, they're able to keep their draft parties going and catch back up to those lead groups. I see the number 3 of Brock Martin back there, hanging on back there on that outside line. He's starting to fade, but the backpack of that inside line is starting to gain some moves there. Daniel Eberhardt leading that group. And they're making their way
third
up.
line's starting in the back too, and that's going to be kind of falling off now into the turn. It seems like they get something going on these either front or back stretches, and then just kill it going into the turns. Not the commitment to the third line that we're used to seeing out here.
Yeah. Sean Corbett up there by himself right now, but the 44 going up there with him. So let's just drop back into that second line. Seeing that third line's just not getting any momentum. But a couple of the guys opted to take it now. I see quite a few cars taking that third line, and it's just it's going to be 2 laps to go here this time by Kevin.
And that third line's going to be led by Logan York up there. 2 to go here at Talladega. John Ward leading on the inside in front of Nathan Harper. Chris Walker on the outside looking for something.
Logan York just trying to get that third line to dig and try to make his way up there to the front. Seems like they got a decent bit of speed here. They got 4 now. They got 5.
Oh, and here
Malik
they
Ray
come.
now leading it.
It's going to be led by Malik Ray. There's 4 of them up there. I wouldn't be surprised if one of these leaders hops up.
Oh, shuffling around a little bit. They bump.
Oh,
Cycling
they
back
lost
down.
A lot of momentum there.
Oh, man, that's going to strand Malik Ray.
Yeah, and they just can't get it going.
Nope.
But what we can get going is the white flag, because we're not wrecking, and they're going across the start-finish. White flag is out. 1 lap to go.
And they got to make their moves now if they want to make them now. Kevin John Ward leading on the inside, being pushed by Nathan Harper. The Rooster leading on the outside, being pushed by Falkingham. Going down the back straightaway, just 1 lap left to go out here, Kevin. It's all going to be about pushing here. I doubt any of them are going to be lifting off that throttle. And how about that third line now, getting some momentum? It's led by Everhart.
He's back in the picture.
And he's making a push there to the front there on that third line, Kevin, and they're catching up.
Yeah, a lot of cars up there now, more than the second line.
Oh, Rooster
Walker
goes up.
tries to come up.
Stuffs him up a little bit. Now they're 4 wide. Oh, it's going to be a bit of a stuff up here for the...
At the line.
Oh, man.
Harper and Ward. Here we go. They come across the tri-oval.
It's going to be a photo finish.
Photo finish. It's going to be
Harper.
Edging out John Ward, then Daniel Falkingham in third. My God.
Man, and what a close finish out here, Kevin. That was a 4 wide finish out here for the Masters of the High Banks. And a clean finish there, I'd like to point out. You see a little bit of smoke there near the end, but overall a clean finish there for most of the guys from what we saw, but a good win for Nathan Harper there.
Yeah, let's go back and watch coming out of turn 4, an overhead or something. You know, how they were able to get 4 wide. I think, you know, not discrediting Chris Walker, but I think Daniel Everhart might have been punted out of the way there. But we're going to have to go back and see. Yeah, here we go. Everhart in that blue and gray on that top line. Big run coming for him. Yeah,
I don't think Everhart wanted to give the push. He wanted to keep his run going.
Yeah, and, you know, big speed difference. Everhart opted not to put it into the back of Chris Walker and killed his speed, but, man, just, I think that was the game of who had the better line pushing there coming across the tri-oval. And Daniel Falkingham's going to be able to push Nathan Harper to a win and get himself a podium as well.
And
how many cautions did we have throughout that one, Luke?
I believe that was just 2. I think we just got the 2. No.
Yeah, you're right. Just 2 cautions. So the under hits, and only 20% of our viewers thought that under was going to hit.
Just double checking. Yeah, I'm only seeing.
Well, Luke,
the 2.
I hate to pat myself on the back, but I took the under and took Nathan Harper as the race winner. So if Master of the High Banks was on DraftKings, I would be a very wealthy man.
Yeah, I think you might be, Kevin, but unfortunately, maybe the actual NASCAR not as easier to predict than these, Kevin. I know we haven't really seen too much money out of actual NASCAR betting, but either way, a great win for Nathan Harper, and as we're waiting for
take a look at some unofficial results.
There they are.
Harper, Ward, Falkingham, Walker, Aswanoff, Rice, Bassinez, Stamper, Lee, and Malik Ray is going to be your top 10 out here. Man, some of these guys had it till the end, and then just, I don't want to say they lost it, but those lines were showing a lot of different speeds out there on those last couple laps.
Yeah, no doubt, Kevin. A lot of different line speeds, and unfortunate for some of those lines that didn't work out very well, but a good run for the line of Nathan Harper and John Ward. They managed to get 2 very good positions, and Falkingham for rounding out the top 3.
Yeah, and we're going to get some interviews on over in here. Let's go 3, 2, 1, starting with Daniel Falkingham, who got a 3rd place finish out here. Daniel Falkingham, guys in the booth, you got a copy?
Yes, sir, I got you.
Hey, man, what a race that was. It was, you know, it seemed like the 3rd line couldn't figure it out there. For the majority of the race, that is. There at the end, they kind of got it going, but you were able to hold on that first and second line and make your way all the way up from a starting position of 16th to a podium spot. You want to talk us through how the race felt tonight with Masters of the High Banks?
Yeah, I knew like I was waiting for that third lane to kind of come into play at the end there, like all our attempts. So like we are pushing our attempts to the max right there. But yeah, definitely just glad we survived because there was a lot of scary incidents we had to get through. And from starting 16th, I decided not to qualify because there wasn't many people here, so I decided I knew we had a pit stop, pretty decently long race, so I knew I had time to get through there. And thankfully, we had the right cautions far away. Only really thing I could have done different the whole race is maybe take less fuel in the pit stop because I decided to just fill it up all the way, so I knew I was safe on gas. But if I would just take in a little bit less, I'd come out of the leader, and I would probably had full control of those last few restarts. But then I lost it when I lost the lead on pit road. But I'd say other than that, pretty good race to avoid all the calamity. And thankfully, we were able to get in a spot where we were able to push Nathan to the win because Chris went up to go block the third lane on the last lap. And that just opened the middle up for Nathan to make the move, and he had me right behind him to shove him to the win. So glad it all worked out right there.
Yeah, great race for you. Great race for both the other guys in the top three. Able to get it done once again. It seems like every week we're talking to you, Daniel.
Yeah, I'm trying to make this a consistent thing. Like we're talking to you guys at the end of these races. That means we did pretty good. So hopefully we can keep this up on a weekly basis. And yeah, I love talking to you guys. So hope you all like talking to me.
Hey, absolutely. We always appreciate having you. One of the most insightful drivers out here for the post-race interview portion of the broadcast. Thanks again for coming on, and congratulations on getting into a podium spot. Anyone like to shout out before we get you out of here?
Yeah, shout out Jimmy for putting this stuff on. Shout out to Nathan on winning the race. Love working with him. Also shout out to Matt Lee as well. He had some bad luck there at the end, but yeah, love working with those guys. Shout out to you guys for broadcasting, and shout out to everyone watching.
All right, we appreciate it, and congratulations, Dan.
All right, thanks.
That was Daniel Falkingham getting a P3 finish out here tonight. Don't know if we're gonna get John Ward. He got P2. He's over in his team call. Not gonna bug him if he doesn't want it, but I am gonna get your race winner in now, which is Nathan Harper.
Bring him on in, Kevin.
Hey, Nathan, guys in the booth, you got a copy?
Yes, sir.
Hey, man, you were able to keep your car up towards the front all day and keep it out of harm's way. Then there at the end, ride the second line in front of Daniel Falkingham to the end. Do you want to talk us through how that race felt?
Well, it felt amazing. The track state was perfect, so it was just balls to the wall. I mean, yeah, it was pretty straightforward.
Yeah, and definitely was a straightforward race. I just talked to Falkingham about how it kind of seemed like until the last lap or two, that third line just couldn't get it going. It was more of a battle between the first and second throughout the night. Is that kind of, how you felt out there?
Yeah, towards the end when everyone's pushing hard, but mid-race, I mean, I think Malik got clear all the way down to the bottom, but that was really the only time I saw it be competitive. But it was mainly just a two-wide race.
Yeah, and last question before I get you out of here. We saw some, visible frustration the past couple of nights from you, kind of throwing the idea of taking a break around. I don't know if you were just, spitball. I mean, just talking out of your ass, or if it was something you were actually thinking. And if, it is something you were serious about, does this change your mind a little bit?
No, I was acting a fool, man. I'm just running my mouth. I mean, there was drama before that, and I'm just adding fuel to the fire. But no one really cares what I do. But I'm like, man, I'm about to quit. But nah, I'm just playing around. Whether I'm a donator or not, I'm gonna keep doing this because I mean, it's fun. I enjoy it. I mean, sometimes it sucks, but you just got to keep doing it and don't give up.
Absolutely. And the highs and the lows definitely add to the excitement from our perspective. So, congratulations on the win tonight. Definitely bounce back and getting it done out here tonight. Taking the checkered flag. Thanks for the interview. Anything you'd like to shout out before we get you out of here?
Yes, shout out to Jimmy Crew, the boss man. He sponsored me tonight, so I'm gonna get $50. We made a 50-50 deal, so we made each other some money, so that's good. Shout out to Falkingham. He gave me the shout out there at the end, or the call out. Sorry, the go middle, and we were able to both cash there. He got third, and Matt Lee, and you guys for putting on the show.
Hey, we appreciate it, Nathan, and congratulations. Go celebrate.
Thank you, sir.
That was Nathan Harper getting it done out here. Bringing home the checkered flag at Masters of the High Banks Talladega race, Luke.
Yeah, Kevin, that was an exciting one. Always one of my favorites. It's always an interesting track out here, Talladega. One night it can go as an absolute crazy draft fest and, a big four-wide finish like we just saw. But on other nights, we can see the third line and fourth line working like crazy. And we really didn't see it out here tonight, Kevin. I can't lie to you. A lot of two-wide racing.
Yeah, and the strategy aspect of the races is sometimes more exciting than the 3-4 wide stuff we see. So I really enjoyed it. We saw a lot of transfers, especially for it just being too wide for a lot of the race. Like we just talked, Falkingham, he made up 16 spots there throughout the race. Or 13 spots throughout the race. And, just a good race all in all. A clean race, only 2 cautions, and I don't think there's much more you can ask for out of a Talladega race than what we just saw.
No, absolutely not. I got to agree with you, Kevin. I mean, no matter how the race outcome ends, it's always an exciting one out here with the Crow, and always an exciting one out here the drivers always manage to put on for us. And you want to go and talk about what we got upcoming here for ninth gear, Kevin?
Yeah.
There was really
Dan.
nothing to get done. Hello?
Oh,
Hey,
Hi.
did somebody move you here?
No, I don't know. I didn't move myself.
Huh, that's interesting.
interesting.
I'll move
Falkingham
you
back
back.
in the booth.
I'll move you back to the call with Harper.
I was already with Harper.
Yeah, it said you were with Harper and you came to the broadcast booth, but I'm seeing you don't even have the perms to come to the broadcast booth.
I was like, I didn't see the broadcast booth at all.
Yeah, that was
A night of mysteries, it seems.
I couldn't tell you really, but sorry about that. I'll get you back over there.
No, it's all good. You all have a good one.
Hey, you too. Somebody maybe fat fingering. I really couldn't tell you. It couldn't have been me. I mean, I was laying back in my chair, Luke.
Can't lie to you, Kevin. I'm on Clash of Clans.
Well,
It wasn't me.
What you're talking about, though, coming up in the future, we got the Crow possibly tomorrow night, Burt Rubber possibly Thursday. I don't know the specific times for either of those. Friday, though, we do have R&R at, I think they go green at like 10:30. It's going to be the Super Series. And then Sunday, we have Richmond with CMS. So, some exciting things coming up. I will say, shout out to Noah Loveridge. We just made it on paper official that we're going to be getting a paint scheme for the Memorial Day races we do. We'll have that out in the next couple weeks with some teasers earlier than that. But shout out to him, shout out to the guys at Lovers Motorsports for helping us out with that. But I think that's all we got coming up. I'm going to link our Discord as we're still trying to grow it a little bit. All our information is on there. But other than that, Luke, you want to close us out?
Yeah, I think that's about all I got, Kevin. And, a big thanks to Jimmy for putting this thing on. It's always a blast. And the other guys for making it possible. And big thanks to the drivers for putting on a good show. And big thanks to all the viewers out here for coming out and watching us. And I think that's about all I got, Kevin. We'll see you all in the next one. Good night, race fans.